Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Flying during the Lunar New Year? Better check your flight, as pilots from one of Taiwan's biggest airlines may be going on strike. Tiffany Wong reports.
As Taiwan heads into its busiest holiday season, thousands of travelers may be left stranded as union pilots from EVA, the country's second largest airline, prepare to strike. The union and the airline have been locked in a stalemate for months over pay raises and safety regulations. The pilots' strike is now planned for two major holiday periods, Lunar New Year in February and Qingming or Tomb Sweeping Festival at the end of March.
我们也持续的会发动2到3次的这个罢工演练，目的就是希望我的会员能够在非常短的时间能够配合工会的指令。
The strike will mostly affect the airline's long-haul international flights from Europe, the U.S., and Canada. Over 500 EVA pilots are in the union and voted for the action, but they're less than half of the airline's pilots, making the impact of a strike unclear. EVA Air said they're still hoping to reach a consensus with the union before the holidays and are facing pressure from the Transportation Ministry and the Tourism Bureau to protect customers from a potential strike.
要求这个长荣公司因为相关的一个罢工什么时候开始，罢工的时间多久或者是多少人参与等等的，这些都有很多不同的一个情境。
尤其是组团那么他要善尽高资的时间，可能这种准备期确实是短了一点。一方面我尊重现行的法律规定，二方面我们也觉得这应该可以适度调整。
The union says they will give at least 24 hours notice before striking to allow passengers to change their travel plans. The airline said it will give refunds and adjust itineraries for all affected passengers. With less than 2 weeks before the Lunar New Year holidays, time is ticking for the union and airline to reach a consensus. Both say they're still hoping to avoid a strike and don't want to leave passengers scrambling at the last minute. Luffy Lee and Tiffany Wong in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
It will soon be easier for travelers from Taiwan to visit Japan, with the trial immigration pre-clearance program set to start in February. The month-long trial aims to reduce wait times for passengers heading from the Taoyuan International Airport to 10 Japanese airports. Japan hopes it will boost tourism during the Lunar New Year, one of Taiwan's busiest periods for travel abroad. Light sentences for Taiwanese convicted of spying for China are raising questions over whether the justice system is up to the task of protecting national security. Hsieh reports.
These two retired military officials have been convicted of spying for China, but neither is facing time in jail. The pair have been handed suspended sentences of 1 year, 4 months, and 2 years. And that's actually an increase on earlier sentences, after prosecutors appealed the previous rulings for being too lenient. The light punishment for espionage has alarmed some, who think it fails to deter would-be spies.
台湾却介于6个月到1年半不等，这对于嚇阻潜在的这个共谍其实是没有太多的效益的。可以嚇阻共谍，才可以确保我们的军事安全，可以确保军事安全，才可以确保国家安全。
Neighboring China sees Taiwan as part of its territory and has stepped up its efforts to influence the country through both military pressure and more covert operations. It's a threat that Taiwan's government is aware of.
这几年的的确确，中共对我们有很多动作拉拢我的人的确受到蛮大影响。
But it has to strike a balance between protecting the rights of Taiwanese and national security. Defense lawyers in this case were quick to accuse officials of pushing prosecutors for a tougher sentence.
第一审讲好了，检察官突然之间违背他的承诺上诉了，然后呢，高院做出了这个决定。那很明显，我们认为他一定是受了这个压力。
This most recent case is just one of the many to come to light in recent years, involving both retired and serving military personnel. The government has worked to tighten rules governing state secrets. But until the risk outweighs the reward, it may struggle to put a stop to China's spying efforts. James Lin and Hsieh for TaiwanPlus.
One of Taiwan's top economic think tanks has raised its inflation forecast for this year. The Taiwan Institute of Economic Research predicts consumer prices will rise by 1.95% in 2024. That's up 0.15 percentage points from its previous forecast as prices for services rise. It's in line with the 1.88% prediction by another leading think tank. They're upbeat about this year's GDP growth, with both maintaining growth prediction of over 3%. The U.S. semiconductor industry looks set to grow as Taiwanese and American chip makers are teaming up to make 12-nanometer chips in the country. Taiwan's UMC and America's Intel aim to produce the chips at 3 of Intel's fabs in the state of Arizona. They say the collaboration will make the semiconductor supply chain more resilient, and the new chips will enter production in 2027. The U.S. has been working to turn Arizona into a Western semiconductor hub, where Taiwan's TSMC is also building a fab. Taiwan's first electronic sniffing dog has made its debut to the press, showing off how his super snaz can help local police. Our reporter Philip Brossard explains.
A common compliment for many dogs, but for 2-year-old Wafer here, it means much more. Unlike other working dogs here in Taiwan, Wafer is the country's first electronics sniffing canine. His job is to detect electronic devices such as cell phones, flash drives, and crypto wallets that may contain criminal evidence. He identifies the devices by catching the scent of a chemical coating. U.S. nonprofit organization Operation Underground Railroad donated Wafer to Taiwan in August last year.
We cannot detect the odor that is emitting from everybody here has a cell phone. Everybody, so this odor is everywhere. So we need this dog to focus, to smell this very faint odor. So yeah, we will withhold food, and they want that food so bad that they can focus their scent to detect this.
Since arriving in Taiwan, Wafer's proved he has what it takes to sniff out suspicious electronic devices. To date, he has taken part in 3 big criminal investigations.
本署也会持续在跟美方就这个打击跨国犯罪各个全方位的这些合作。
Canines like Wafer are rare. There are only 3 electronics sniffing dogs in Asia, including Thailand and Malaysia.
如果说真的有需要的话，请他们再做第2次的捐赠。他比较有这个先进的这个想法，他们的培训也比较有经验。过去的台湾的这些训练呢，没有针对这一个的部分在做训练。
With Officer Wafer now on the case, it'll be harder for criminals to smuggle contraband into the country. Patrick Chen, Sandy Chi, and Philip Broussard for TaiwanPlus.
In tennis, Taiwan's Hsieh has won the mixed doubles at the Australian Open together with Jan Jelensky of Poland. The pair beat American Desiree Krashik and Neil Skopsky from the UK in 3 sets. It's Hsieh's first Grand Slam mixed doubles title. She'll be fighting for another trophy on Sunday, playing with Elise Mertens of Belgium in the women's doubles final. Pork belly buns and spring rolls are flying off the shelves in Taiwan as people celebrate the end of the Lunar New Year. Known as Weiya, it's traditionally celebrated in the middle of the 12th month of the lunar calendar. Many companies host banquets around this time to treat their employees. Eating pork buns or gua bao is popular due to its lucky symbolism.
挂包象征就像钱包嘛，所以就是有个算是尾牙最后结束有一个钱包那个吉利的感觉。
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website and follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today, float away with these images of these monarch butterflies fluttering around Mexico. I'm Ethan. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
For more stories from Taiwan and around the world, please visit us at TaiwanPlus.com.